I didn't expect that either.
Good morning. At this time, I'd like to introduce Steve Ochoa, our Master of Ceremonies. Thundering, snorting fire, it came, massive stallion of steel, ripping the silence of the desert and the history of its people. The Southern Pacific Railroad came into Tucson, Arizona on March 20th, 1880. At that time, the train was coming an hour early. When the citizens of Tucson heard it, they marched up the hill behind Mayor Robert Leatherwood to greet the train right here. At the time, cholla, rocks, lizards, and prickly bear was all that there was on this side of the entire town. Tents had formed around here, 40 of them as a matter of fact, selling goods, a barber. Well, we're fortunate today to have, as Steve said, the descendants of the people that were actually here on that March 20th day. I'm excited to present those to you. The first thing that happened was that the citizens of Tucson chose Don Esteban Ochoa to present a silver spike to the railroad for coming to this barren land. Don Esteban Ochoa, former mayor of Tucson in 1875, part owner of the Tully and Ochoa Freighting Service, and the president of the Tucson School Board, portrayed today by Mr. Pete Ochoa.
Thank you, Mr. Tuck. Thank you. That bell has an effect. Has an effect to me. That whistle. I'm sure I'll get over it. But thank you to my younger brother over there, for yapping away. Mom didn't really like him. I was the favorite, just to bring y'all up to speed. Somehow it goes around. But great-grandpa went to Phoenix and decided to introduce legislation to bring the railroad from the West Coast all the way to Tucson, through Yuma and whatnot. But oddly enough, they didn't go through Phoenix. So Phoenix became a branch line. So here, our capital, they thought Tucson was going to be much more prosperous. So Grandpa decided that the family would be represent to give Mr. Charles Crocker his, the silver spike. It's just a connection of the rails as the train would move on to Lordsburg, El Paso, Deming, and then in points east, was represented by a silver spike, of which I hope we can take this home tonight, because it's really, I see it's somehow never got to our family's estate, so apparently they've kind of been hoarding it, to say the least. But Mr. Charles Crocker, who was president, one of the four presidents, the big four of the Southern Pacific Railroad, he was here in attendance that morning. And to think that here to be walking around, and this is going on 100+ years, and I'm standing here and my great-grandpa would be, it's just mind-boggling. And it's so awesome that everyone came into attendance and the remembrance of how his story, and here we are, the depot's still active, railroad trains are running the whole bit. It's a true vision, because the Tully and Ochoa freighting team, we knew that we had a very prosperous going business, but we knew that the betterment of the West would be from the railroad, cheaper rate for freight, bringing pioneers to here. So even though it would probably deficit Grandpa's business, at least it made the prosperous state that we are. So we're thankful for the railroad to come all this way. With that being said, the Tough Nut Mine was the mine in Tombstone, of all places, that made the silver spike. So it's an authentic, 100 miles from here, pure silver thing. And Mr. Charles Crocker, are you here? Yes. Well, there he is right behind me. We'd like to present you with the silver spike.
Mr. Ochoa, this is a microphone. This isn't a silver spike. And I am not a descendant of Charles Crocker. I'm still waiting for the check from his estate to come. So thank you, Mr. Ochoa. And thank you, citizens of Tucson, for turning out on this fine day. I'm known as a man of a few words, but a lot of money. a lot of money. Because when my partners and I, who were responsible for the western portion of the first transcontinental line with the Central Pacific Company, finished that project, we were really, really rich. And so this little bauble will go into my collection up in San Francisco, and I will hold on to it for a long, long time. But one of the things that I want you all to remember is when I go back to San Francisco, I'm going to tell my partners we have a great future in Tucson when we finish that line from Los Angeles to New Orleans, because there's a growing population there of what I found to be intelligent people, and I think we're going to make a good business in that desert country. So thank you again for coming.
President Charles Crocker of the Southern Pacific Railroad, portrayed by renowned Tucson historian David Devine. Now you know, that day his speeches were made, the crowd cheered loudly. All right, so now you've got a role to play in this.
Oh my God! 6017, 7906, 5611. Oh, sorry, ma'am.
I don't think I was high.
Well, Charles Crocker may have thought that there were some fine people in Tucson, and there certainly were. But at the time, there were 10,000 dogs and only 7,000 people. A rough place here in Tucson. Time to begin. I think former Mayor Bob Walker planned that train posthumously, yes. Now I'd like to present to you L.M. Pat Jacobs, who will represent his great uncle, Lionel M. Jacobs. Lionel and his brother Barron started the first bank here in southern Arizona, the Pima County Bank. And that was at a time when banks in the rest of the country were unwilling to send money here to Tucson for fear of highway robbery and their stages being attacked. So this was a bold move, and I present to you now Mr. L.M. Pat Jacobs. Yay! That's it!
Good morning. My brother and I marched up the road. We decided we have to come up with what we think the railroad will mean to Tucson and southern Arizona. I'm about to share those thoughts with you. One, the railroad will make Tucson a great center of transportation, manufacturing, and economy. A little closer, all right. I'll lean down, pardon me. So we will be a center of commerce. Would you believe that shipments that now take 3 months will take 4 to 5 days and be less expensive? Tucson will grow because of that. Instead of traveling by stage 5 days to get to the West Coast, we'll be able to travel by railroad in 1 day. All that. I don't know what to say now. All that will increase what we do here in Tucson. Thinking of Tucson, we were thinking about which citizens we should mention will be important as we move forward. Young Albert Steinfeld. Steinfeld, that's another guy. It's the real son. Will be a major mercantile person in this town, and will have a store with his name on it. We also believe that old man, Tool, will have a street named after him. And in conclusion, my prediction is that by 1912, we'll be a sovereign state of the United States of America. We all should cheer. Thank you.
Attorney from Hermosillo, Mexico, Carlos Ignacio Velasco, portrayed by Gilbert Eugene Velasco, his great-great-grandson.
Damas y caballeros, me llamo Carlos Velasco, soy mexicano del nacimiento, soy patriota mexicano. Yo admiro los inventos americanos y la grandeza obtenida por los Estados Unidos de América a través del progreso de la industria, el intelecto y la rápida aplicación de sus inventos, los cuales mi país inmediatamente adoptó. You know in English. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Carlos Velasco. I'm a Mexican by birth. I'm a Mexican patriot. I admire the American inventions, the greatness obtained by the United States of America by industry progress, intellect, and the ready application of their inventions, which my country immediately adopts. Your arrival, gentlemen of the Southern Pacific Railroad, who added an additional link to your chain of progressing industry by giving the benefit of your enterprise to this territory, joining it with the states of the Union, has also given a sure impetus to the Mexican Republic because it will open up trade with Mexico. Avocados from Mexico. And surely, there is no better means to establish an active relationship between two nations than commercial trade, which cannot fail to promote friendship and a lot of guacamole. Thank you.
Gilbert E. Velasco. Next to speak is Carlos Velasco's loving and supporting wife, Beatriz Velasco, la piedra del edificio social.
Thank you. Thank you, dear sweet husband. I enjoy listening to him when he speaks. So together with my husband, we desire that the two nations may continue in a happy accord, bound in firm and lasting friendship, physically united by the iron bands of the railroad, the electric pulsations of the telegraph, oh my goodness, the telegraph, and the intellectually by the liberty of the press, which is given to the people by the people. With these three factors, we can establish the nation's mutual friendship with harmony and respect for the coming years. Thank you.
The Honorable Doña Beatriz Velasco. And last to speak today, but certainly not the least, Phil Tully, great grandson of Pinckney R. Tully, the treasurer in the territory of Arizona, a future mayor of Tucson, and co-owner with Mr. Ochoa of the Tully and Ochoa stage line at Freight Company. the Honorable Phil Tully.
Pleased to be here. I'm the great-great-grandson. P.R. Tully. Same initials, P.R. Tully. And I saw Pinckney's grave in Healdsburg, and all it says is P.R. Tully. That gave me lots of worry. Anyway, there's going to be a lot of changes around here in Tucson. You won't believe it. Thanks to this railroad. I can visualize the Sisters of St. Joseph's starting a new hospital here. And they're going to have the new technology, and I think they're going to name it St. Mary's. And a lot of people are going to be born at the hospital, including my wife and a lot of people. Thank God for that. And it'll give lots of high-level care that wasn't here before, and it'll continue forever. You know what? We're going to have people are going to be coming into town wanting entertainment. We're going to have people like Linda Ronstadt, Hamilton, and maybe the Lion King. Thanks to the efficiency of the railroad, the cost of supplies and goods will be a lot more reasonable, changing a lot of the way we do things. Even the inflation might even go down, and we'll make some money in the stock market. Cross-country travel will be more possible and more reasonable. The railroad will bring hardworking, trustworthy people from all over the world to this great city. What a fortunate place it is. Yes, lots of good changes will happen in our town right now. Thank you.
All right, the Honorable Phil Tully. All right, and that day, the band played the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
The trains are coming.
Yeah.
The fourth great-grandson of Pinckney Tully, John Zwickle. How about a hand for John? Great. Steve, I'll turn it. You good?
mariachis. What a class institution to have the mariachis associated with Tucson, Arizona. And I had a wonderful privilege last week. I spent some time with my grade school friend, Linda Ronstadt, and we had a little private reception for her at the Arizona Inn. But the point of the story was really great. They brought in a mariachi group, about 20 of them, that serenaded Linda for a half hour. And all she did is she cried, like all of us. So we are so thankful to have any kind of mariachi representation as kind of a signature for Tucson, Arizona. So congratulations, and thank you for everything you do for us here. That's great. And now we've got a special treat. Guess who we're going to bring up for 2 songs? The wonderful Jody Darling.
Just one song for now. This is my time to talk a little bit about our beautiful engine 1673 here. So many of you know that the movie musical Oklahoma, which is one of my absolute favorites, starring Gordon McRae and Shirley Jones, Partridge Family, this was a movie that was not filmed in Oklahoma, but in Arizona. Elgin, actually. Yes, exactly right. And the trains were going through at the time where they were trying to film and everything, so they had to time it just perfectly. And this engine was actually built before that in the year 1900. It was built for the Southern Pacific Railroad. It retired in 1955. It was all gussied up, much different for the movie. They made it they brought it down to its, earlier to its 1900 phase. But it was donated to the city of Tucson after it retired in 1955, and 2000 is when it wound up here. So it's been here since then. So I would like, in honor of that, every year I like to sing Oh What a Beautiful Morning in honor of Oklahoma and our beautiful engine here, 1673.
Golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day.
Thank you, Jody. That rendition just touches my heart every time I see it. And we thank you for your continued patronage to the Arizona Transportation Museum, and also this very auspicious date here, March 20th, representation of 1880. Now I'd like to bring up the boss, the guy who really makes this organization sing, who really cares about preserving history here in good old Tucson, Arizona. Ken Carrolls, are you in the back there? Ken Carrolls, Executive Director of the Tucson Transportation Museum.
Thank you. I'll make it brief. I'll be a little longer, so bear with me. We have a surprise coming in pretty soon. Amtrak is, fortunately, I like when they're running a little bit late. We They come in about 8:30 from Los Angeles on their way to New Orleans, and they'll be out here, so they may join us out. We'll sing to them as well, and don't think we do this every time Amtrak comes in. So bear with that if they're still on time. Also, I just want to say welcome. Who's come the farthest from everybody around in front of us here? I guess you as far as what state farthest? Where? Okay. Anybody?
Colorado.
Colorado. All right. Stacy's from Colorado. Okay. Anyone else farther? How about international?
Alaska.
Alaska. That's almost like international.
Germany.
I want to hear somebody here from Germany came here, and her name is Doris. Well, you want to stand up? Just wave. Her husband Gerald is back here and keeps us on the trail in there and keeps it going here. So I just wanted to say a few brief words. I'll come back as far as our introduction to our honorees. But first, I want to honor our sponsors as far as the Southern Pacific Railroad, as far as the Union Pacific Railroad. That's okay, you SB guys, you know what I'm talking about. It's UP. But the other major sponsors here are the Rio Nuevo, as far as how they've contributed, prime sponsors. Also Chip Rabb, attorney Chip Rabb, his wife here Sylvia, and their daughter Kiki. Thanks again, Chip, for keeping us on track here and all the support you give us. Ace Hardware also has been very supportive. And of course, we'll have lemonade and iced tea. I guess iced tea from Charles or Congress Hotel. Am I going too long?
No, we're just getting a telegram.
Oh,
All places, Rome, Italy.
Oh no.
Yes.
I said international, but I didn't. I mean, we're like global.
And apparently it's from the Pope. Dear participants in Tucson, Arizona, congratulations on welcoming your connection to the United States and further points east. You are so blessed, and I, the Pontiff, will pray for you continually and make sure that you're recognized throughout the world.
Amen.
Oh.
From the Pope, he says, I'm so happy that the train is here in Tucson, but where the hell is Tucson?
Amen.
Amen.
Dr. Ken. How about a big hand for Dr. Ken Carroll? 18 years he has kept the Southern Pacific Railroad Museum, the Transportation Museum, open as a free admission museum, offering free parties such as this one to the community of Tucson. Huh? One more time.
Yeah!
Now, our late Mayor Robert Walkup started a great tradition, and when the proclamation is read and you come to the point where the mayor has said whereas, everybody should really yell loud and raise their flags. All right? So let's try it one time. Whereas! Whereas the Southern Arizona Transportation Museum, a non-profit organization and division of Old Pueblo Trolley, is dedicated to education about and preservation of historical forms of public transportation in Southern Arizona. And Tucsonans, as well as millions of people throughout the United States and around the world, share a deep interest in the history of railroading and wish to learn more about it. And the Southern Arizona Transportation carries on the tradition of celebrating the arrival of the railroad in Tucson in 1880. And the Southern Arizona Transportation recognizes the importance of the railroad to the economic and cultural development of Tucson, and therefore designates Tucson as a railroad city for this event. Now, therefore, I, William Colt, on behalf of Mayor Regina Romero, Mayor of Tucson, Arizona, do hereby proclaim March 18th, 2023 to be Silver Spike Festival Day. And we encourage in this community all of our residents to join in the planned activities and celebration on this, the 143rd anniversary of the railroad's arrival in Tucson. In witness whereof, I hereto set my hand and cause the seal of the city of Tucson, Arizona to be affixed this 18th day of March 2023. Yay! All right, and let me turn this over once again to my amigo Ken Carrolls.
Gracias, gracias. Okay, let me transition here a little bit, and I just want to recognize, make a few more comments about the museum. And again, you can support everything we do, as Bill has mentioned, is free as far as our admission to the museum, of course. The program here, the programs throughout, we do about 6 throughout the year, and then of course the lecture series. So how we are able to do that, thanks to you, as far as you can purchase Take a Chance Legacy Brick from Jim Click, again, one of our sponsors. Thank you, Jim Click, for what you do. And also, you can have a party here, a birthday party, as far as your event location. There's plenty of room here, as you can see. And that's just a couple ways you can support the museum and also have fun with the Legacy Brick, and it will be displayed right out here. So I just want to point that out to you. And again, the idea here is just to have fun, enjoy it. And before I forget, I think we talked sometime about a mural. And let me just briefly touch on that, because the committee's been working on it. And the idea is a historic mural will be right out here on the west wall, the wall facing Toole Avenue. And when you're finished here, we're going to break up and have a little cake. My wife was at Safeway baking away. She got another Safeway's recipe. Mary is going to be helping, and I think we have some helpers with the cake. Iced tea, and then also, as you kind of saunter out to the right here, you'll see it on the wall there. Thanks, Steve, for putting it up. It'll be a draft mural of what we're going to do. It's a historic mural, but it's going to be right across, 90 feet across. Well, we have some time yet. We've got to do still tweaking. It's a draft right now. We're going to be raising money for that. And the idea is to portray the arrival of the railroad to Tucson. So it'll be a detail, and then what it, the stagecoach, a Choa, Tully, and how that all came to play. And then from there, the transition to the arrival 1880, and then subsequent to that, other modes of travel. And then also, I think Dave Lyman suggested we also consider the first bicycle on there, a lady on a bicycle, as well as the people who made worked so hard, toiled in the soil, and that's our Asian American Chinese brothers who will be portrayed on that mural. So take a chance, take a look, and you'll see it right there on that wall, at least a rough draft of that. So I just wanted to point that out to you too. So with that, we'll be kind of moving around here. And I see my Amtrak train is still not here, but he'll be here. And then, wait, you know what? I'll have to, like Mary says, be brief and sit down. Okay, Mary, she's right here. Okay, in fact, I hear a little rumble coming. So, on that. And as far as the support, I think we've talked about, and then the membership. And Bill Singleton, I don't know if you're here, Bill, but he's the muralist there. Bill's right there. Okay, Bill, you'll be standing hopefully afterwards. He's the muralist who designed, if you go to the Presidio, for you folks that visited, he did that wall, I think it was about 2007-ish. Bill, come on, give it a little. He's been very patient, and so a bunch of historians and railroaders are giving, put this in there, and put that in there, and so he's sorting it out, but he turns magic, and so this is the first draft of it over there. So when you're done, you can talk to Bill and also to Johnny Hurst, who's also a part of our committee there, and several others will be joining them. Okay, let me then turn this right over and we'll move into our awardees. I know I'll have a little competition when the train comes through here. But it was Winston Churchill who once stated many times, we make a living by what we earn, how we work, what we do. We make a life by what we give, what we share. And so, with that backdrop, I want to recognize and welcome, and I would say a few words here, and then I'll ask our honoree to come up and take a few words, and also receive the Silver Spike Jubilee. And before I forget, there are some donias here. I know I see Judge Donley here. Where is she, Judge? Any other of your compatriots here? Any other? Lynn Woods, I missed you, please. I'm sorry, not intentionally. But thank you, Judge, for being here today. And say, I'm hearing a little music in the background there. So I'll make it fast here. Hopefully, I may have to slow down and shut me out here. But headquarters in Denver with satellite offices in Flagstaff, Fort Collins, Frisco, Austin, Dallas, Tulsa. Stacy Weeks is the principal. He's the man that makes it happen. He coordinates it, and he makes it. Something coming here. And just say thank you because he's really helped us for this past year, and will continue to.
7309.
So, thank you again, right on time. Thank you, guys.
4766. 1053.
Thank you, Stacy. Stacy was moved here from Colorado. He's here with his son, and they'll come up here. Let me just get this through. And he moved to Tucson. His boss said, "Well, I think we're going to move out of Colorado, and we're going to establish a plant in a location either in Tempe or Tucson or one of those cities that start with a T." And so he came out here with his wife Bridget, started their family, David, Chad, Jacob, and over the years, he's been here since 2004. We opened up in 2005, and he's been our next door neighbor, so we knock on each other's doors, we get packages delivered for each other, and it's been a great supportive relationship. So you enabled us in many ways throughout the years, certainly with stepping forward and helping us meet our obligations with the city. We have to pay the city of Tucson rent, so thank you so much. And with that, I don't know who's going to be louder, the drum roll or the roll. The boss said, "Look at quieter." Yeah, right there, almost there. Check the artwork. There's another muralist, Bill. They're coming out. There's competition coming out here. So, well, let me try to wing it here. I'll get a little drum roll, please. A drum roll. Stacy Weeks, principal, administrative manager, in charge of this.
Thank you, Ken. Thanks to the Southern Transportation Museum. Like Ken mentioned, we've been long-time partners here, folks that have stayed around the depot, and this is such a treasured place for us. And I appreciate the opportunity to build a great relationship with you and get to know you over these years, and thank you for the recognition.
I hope we don't drown you out when you have your conference meetings and out there, because
we love the bell. We love the bell, and we love the noise of the trains, and it's an internal joke in all of our meetings because you know you're going to have a conference call. The train is definitely going to come by and blow the whistle, so we love it.
Taylor McCready, where are you? Taylor. Taylor's modest.
All right, hopefully you all enjoyed that loud noise from this machine right behind me. Yeah. In 2019, I moved here to kind of just start things anew. And I got involved here, and needless to say, I think I got a little bit of a hand at times. But I have a vision for this locomotive. Over 100 years ago, rolled out of the Schenectady Locomotive Works factory floor and just became a workhorse for Tucson. For the next 50-odd years, it just ran from Tucson, just hauling mixed freight. And towards the end of its career, it was practically just relegated to a yard goat, assembling the larger trains that passed on through that keep interrupting us as we do this fine event. And then, in 1955, donated to the city of Tucson and just kind of ended its life there. But I don't think its life is over yet. I still believe that this machine behind us still has a lot of life in it left. And I'm gonna work hard, that eventually for the next 100 years, that kids who will be playing on it, it just won't be dead. This thing will be living, this thing will be breathing. And that all of you can enjoy your hand on the throttle and blowing the whistle and annoying our neighbors even more.
Thank you so much, Taylor. Congratulations. We got more air? Okay. Rendition of as far as Danny Boy here, we're going to sing that. And when someone asked me, he said, well, what is Mrs. Hicks' first name? And because we're working, because we all work together in Operation Lifesaver, you know, you should be there, Dan and all. I said, well, I don't know, but I know it's Princess. and he said, Princess? Well, I mean, but yeah, but what's like her real name, you know? Oh, that's her real name. I said, I went to Dan, I asked him, and hey, don't steal it. We're gonna, easy there, Granger. Oh, good. He said, let me finish this and I'll check first over there. Finally, he did say, and then she was elevated to queen, but Princess was what he affectionately was. 48 years you were married. Okay. So, again, and we're going to do a little levity here with us. Happy birthday, we're going to sing, because we've got at least 4 or 5, I think Pat Jacobs, but who's counting, right? We're at, we don't do that anymore, and I have, I think, of course, you have Taylor, Steve Anderson, Joanna, who else am I missing? And this week, just this week. Anybody else have a birthday this week? Something to stay? Okay. One more? What's it? What, happy birthday to you too? Okay, we're going to sing that, but we're also, I just want to point out, because our arranger here, Mr. Zappia, is pointing out that the camera that you see above here, I let them know that we're doing this event, and hopefully no one's on the wanted list here. But that goes all over the planet, and not just Tucson. So we get calls, emails, not so much, but at least chat calls. We come back and say, hey, can you turn that camera on? Well, we don't control it from here, it's controlled out of Tennessee. Because I want to see those kitty cats. We got 4 cats here. So there's like they just kind of gather around that. But when the snow comes out, we get people from Australia saying, I didn't know you had snow in Tucson. So that's international, and that also helps us go and get a little coverage here. I'm going to be brief, I promise you. And now I'm going to turn it over to Miss Jody. And again, thanks.
Okay, this one is for Dan Hicks.
To Glen and down the mountainside.
Mariachi Innovacion and the folklorical dancers. So we'll have cake to go with it. Now then,
Awesome.
4th Cavalry Band.
And there's still one more. I mentioned happy birthday, I mentioned birthdays. Of course, our celebration, we won't repeat all our age here. But bottom line, can we all sing happy birthday to the people who are celebrating their birthdays, including young men here, Taylor, Bob, etc.
Come on!
Come on, we can sing it, yeah.
Come on, sing along.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear everybody.
Everybody was so
Happy birthday to you. Okay, now we're gonna bring up and get some cake later, birthday cake, and then also there's some iced tea over there, compliments of Congress Hotel, and I'll turn it over to William Falk III.
All right, please enjoy the cake and tea and the música del Mariachi Innovación.
piece of cake? Oh, that's a yes. Wheels off the track.
I noticed. I was hoping the re-railer would do it for me, but it doesn't look like I can do that.
Well, you can't always rely on the re-railer for everything.
Yeah, I've learned not working here.
Whoa.
You also can't always count on the couplers to work.
Okay, maybe the SP coaches aren't exactly that fit for this, or maybe they are.
We'll see. And his pony truck is derailed again.
What is that, N scale?
HO.
HO scale.
I don't want to fix this up.
Don't worry, we don't always get it the first time.
I've been doing this for months.
Well, that too, but still, that's a nice layout you have here.
Thank you. I wish I could take credit for building it.
Thomas the Tank Engine called. He wants Annie and Clarabelle back.
Say that.
He has to. I don't know what we're instead, but.
All right.
He's got it.
All right, sir. You have a good day.
You too.
Train. $27.40. 52, 52. 62, 63. And 67, 57. Hey, I lost you. Where are you? Okay. I'm in the parking lot. I thought maybe you'd be here. Nope. Okay, I'll come after this train passes. See ya. I'm at it. Schneider. I remember when they used to be on BNSF. I hope Union Pacific and Schneider are successful with their container business. she goes. Sunday 76, Sunday 980, Sunday 822, Sunday 107. Yo, this man, yo, this preacher. Dude, yo, man, this intermodal faster than Rainbow Dash. That was the phase I went through.